For as long as they could remember, they'd measured their days in checklists and accomplishments, convinced that every moment spent resting was a moment wasted. When exhaustion crept in, they pushed harder. When motivation sputtered out, they berated themselves for being weak. It wasn't until mornings arrived heavy and thick, with limbs too leaden to rise, that they admitted, quietly and only to themselves, that something was wrong. The smallest tasks felt insurmountable. Even joy, when it appeared, was dulled by a fatigue that sleep couldn't repair. At first, the idea of stopping, really stopping, was almost unbearable. They sat on the couch, hands twitching for the phone, mind racing with guilt. Shouldn't they be doing something? Shouldn't they be fixing, producing, striving? The silence pressed in, all the louder for the news they were owning. But sitting with discomfort became, out of necessity, discipline. Letting the unease wash over in the seat, learning that the world kept turning whether they hustled or not. There were no dramatic breakthroughs. Most days, progress felt invisible. Sometimes resting felt like defeat. Saying no to another project or invitation left an ache that was half relief, half shame. Gradually, they noticed that their body's sickness, tiredness, irritation, emptiness weren't personal failings, but messages, information. They began to treat those limits as data, not defects. Rebuilding wasn't heroic. It was unglamorous and slow. A series of mundane choices. Taking a walk when the dishes pile up. Answering, I don't know, as aloud. There was no audience, no applause for these small acts of self-protection. Recovery wasn't a return to who they'd been, but a quiet, private negotiation with themselves, over and over, on what was new. Strength revealed itself not in grinding for pain, but in respecting itself. And though some days still felt empty, there was comfort in knowing that choosing rest, even when everything inside them screamed otherwise, was not laziness.